Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Simba Arati today accidentally delivered bad news to William Samoei Arap Ruto during the ODM National Governing Council meeting in Mombasa ahead of the 20th anniversary celebrations.
Lazima tutengeneze serikali. Ndugu yangu SG, simama kidete. Mnataka tusimame kidete? Muko tayari? Niko na uhakika hata hapa ndani tunaweza toa rais hapa ndani kama tunaweza. Tumesema lazima tutengeneze serikali. Kama sivyo tutengeneze na vikundi vingine ambavyo viko na mafikara ambayo ya kusaidia Kenya yetu.
In this video, I want us to dissect that speech by Simba Arati because the tone of the meeting and the mood was very clear.
And as one of the deputy party leaders, I want to assure you today, I will be the last man standing to ensure that the ODM party remains a strong, distinct, independent political party. And I said recently, we must respect our structures. Like today, we are confirming our leadership, who sit in the NEC and the Central Committee. We want all of us to respect our structures. Whatever messaging we give to the public must respect the position that the party has taken through its structures. Ninajua mnaelewa kitu nasema. Kwa sababu tumesema sisi tuko ndani ya broad base until 2027.
Simba Arati began his speech with a very strong statement, very strong one.
First and foremost, I want to thank all of you for accepting this team to work for you in the party. I want to say we, the willing, led by knowing, have done the impossible for ungrateful, for so long, for so little, so that now we are qualified to do anything from nothing. Nothing is easy as it looks, as everything will take long than we expect. And if anything will go wrong, it will at the worst possible moment. Discipline in our party will be number one. Discipline will be number one.
That's very, very powerful opening statement. And then he addressed the question about the ODM party and the future post Raila Amolo Odinga. What if?
The question I've been pondering on, what if our party dies before 2027 or 2032? Will we start from scratch? No. I know there is excitement. There is uncertainty because of our party leader who passed away. Nataka nirudie kwa kusema.
Simba Arati then went further and addressed one of the biggest concerns of the party members. The commitment by the party leaders not to destroy the party. Because after the death of Raila Amolo Odinga, one of the biggest questions has always been, will the ODM party stick together? He addressed that.
Ndugu yangu Ososi amesema hapa, we will be the last people to betray the trust you have given us. Nimeamua kama deputy party leader, mwenza wa wengine ambao tuko na wao hapa, tutashirikiana. Nirudie ya yale ambao mzee Ntimama alisema, hakuna mtu atatoka katika chama, tutakanyagana hapo kwa chama, yule anaanguka, tunainusha yeye, tunaendelea na safari. Tafadhalini.
Simba Arati then emphasized on the broad-based government. And he was very clear, just like Utsosi was, that they're going to support the broad-based government until 2027, not beyond.
Tuko katika serikali ya broad based, lakini tumesema tunafanya kazi na wao mpaka 2027. Lazima sisi peke yetu ndio chama kiko na structures kutoka chini mpaka juu. Ndugu zangu, tusife moyo. Wale ambao tumekuwa katika shughuli ya kuhakikisha chama kimesimama, wale ambao tumekuwa na nyinyi, wabunge mko hapa, MCAs mko hapa, kama ni risasi watu wamepigwa risasi, kama ni tear gas watu wamekula tear gas, kama ni kifo watu wamekufa. Ndugu zangu, dada zangu, hakuna vile tutaangalia nyuma tena. Kama wewe utataka kuvunja chama vile the president of US Obama alisema, for those ones who will tear down the world, they must be defeated. If you want to play with the party of ODM, we must defeat you. We must defeat you. Wengine wetu lazima tutembee na chama hiki. Mimi katika siasa nimejua ODM peke yake.
Simba Arati then went further and concluded that ODM party is the only party with a strong grassroots networks, with strong structures. And that's the fact. And for me, that is very, very important.
Lazima tutengeneze serikali. Ndugu yangu SG, simama kidete. Mnataka tusimame kidete? Muko tayari? Niko na uhakika hata hapa ndani tutaweza toa rais hapa ndani kama tunaweza. Tumesema lazima tutengeneze serikali. Kama sivyo tutengeneze na vikundi vingine ambavyo viko na mafikara ambayo ya kusaidia Kenya yetu. Hata nipigwe risasi.
Before we get into all the details, in case you're watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without the support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, my take on Simba Arati's statements are as follows. Number one, it is the official strategy by ODM party ahead of 2027 presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya. One thing I know for sure, that ODM party will support the re-election of William Samoei Arap Ruto. But they don't just want to get into supporting Ruto. They expect to sit down with William Ruto and lay the demands. What will they get? What about the future of ODM party? What about zoning? Because, for example, William Ruto might say, okay, let us work together. And then they can agree. Then William Ruto can decide and sabotage them. Something which happened to Mudavadi. Musalia Mudavadi's member of parliament was elected on UDA party. In an ordinary circumstance, the fact that Mudavadi was supporting Ruto, UDA ought not to have sponsored a candidate, not only in Musalia Mudavadi's constituency, but in the entire Vihiga. If not Vihiga, maybe the entire Western Kenya. But he did that. So Ruto might say, okay, I'm going to give you your wish, but we are going to venture into competition. ODM will have to sit down with William Ruto and say, if you are working together, these are the do's, these are the don'ts. We want this, we are going to offer this, but you don't do ABCD. And that's why they are insisting it has to go up to 2027, so that they'll have to renegotiate some of the demands. Number two, I'm looking at the possibility that ODM party might insist on the position of the running mate. For me, if I were to ask them, the position of the running mate is not important for me. That's one of the most useless political seats in the Republic of Kenya. Kindiki is performing today because William Ruto wants him to perform. Ruto himself could not perform under Uhuru Kenyatta with all his personalities. We saw how Rigathi Gachagua was removed from office within a span of 2 weeks. So that position, in my view, ODM should not demand it. If it comes, let them take it. But they should lay claim to very strategic positions. For example, the cabinet secretary for treasury, if they were to get treasury back again. That's a very strategic position in government. As a CS for treasury, the ODM member would be able to control the economy, implement what ODM believes in. The cabinet secretary for ODM for treasury sits in the National Security Advisory Committee, which means you will be able to understand the operations of the country. They can demand, for example, energy, let's say foreign affairs, let's say agriculture, based on their needs. For example, for them to serve coastal people, they can say we want the tourism docket. Number three, which is my last point, I think it could also be ODM strategy to manage the factions within the ODM party. That's a fact. We have several factions, not several, but I think there are only two. Some are pro-broad-based, some anti-broad-based. Some are for supporting William Ruto's re-election. Some are maybe ODM should sponsor their own candidate. So for me, to manage these factions, you have to stick to what Raila Odinga said publicly, that we are going to support this broad-based government until 2027. Then you leave the aspect of 2027 open. But you add that ODM party must be in government. I doubt if there's anybody in ODM today who can actually run for the presidency and win. So which means they can only enter into government through coalition. And that's where they are now coming in, just to manage all these people. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.